content types. So again, under Galleries in Site Settings, I'm going to go ahead and create a new site content type. So we navigate in to see the existing site content types, and we select Create. I get my chance, put in the name, and what did we say? We said we would call this a payroll form. And by default, we will choose to extend a document content type, and let's just choose a basic document. So now this brings up the important point, that when we are choosing our content types, we can choose to either extend from document if we want to store documents in it, like PDF, Word, or item. So if it's just a basic metadata type of thing, so basic metadata. There are other types that you can extend from, but either of those types extend from either document or item. Looking in here then, we see that we're extending from our basic document, and I can also specify a new group for this, and again I will call this the payroll group. Again, this group is just for organizational purposes. And that's it. My content type is created. Now I need to add my site column to it. To do that, I say I want to add from existing site columns. Now what this is doing is allowing me to pick which site column I want to add. And in this case, I'm going to add payroll. I could as well deal with some advanced settings such as versioning, or workflow settings such as attaching an approval workflow to it. But for right now, we're just going to accept the default settings as they came. Now, I'm going to actually extend this content type by going back up to our site content type gallery and creating another site content type. In this case, I'll call it a tax form. Now, if you remember last time, we extended from document, but this time, because we want to extend from our own payroll form, we are going to select that. So what we do is we go in here and select our payroll group and payroll form. And again, let's put this in the payroll grouping for organizational purposes. And that's that. You see now that it tells us the source of our site columns, so it has inherited the pay amount from the payroll form, as well as the default item and document properties of name and title. Now I want to add my other site column. Again, I can add from existing. Select payroll and add tax amount. So it's going to add it. And now I have created my two content types. Well, that's great and all, but I can't really do too much with that. What I can do then now is create a new document library. So I'm going to create a default document library, and we'll call this payroll forms because I'm putting all my payroll forms in here. I don't need to worry about versioning, and I'm just going to create it. It's not terribly useful if I can't actually add my site columns to my document library, or I'm sorry, my content types to my document library. So I need to go into Document Library Settings. Under Document Library Settings, this takes us into a place where we can modify the name, the properties, all that type of things. And under the Advanced Settings menu, it allows us to say, allow management of content types, and I'm going to click yes. By allowing management of content types, it now shows that this content type option, and I can add from existing site content types. Now I can see that I have my payroll group, and I want to be able to create both payroll and tax forms, so I'm going to add them both. When you navigate back up out of the site settings and into the base of the document library, you see that I can now either add a payroll form, a tax form, or the default document. And then this allows me to attach the different properties and go through and edit my metadata. As now as well, if I check out my views, by modifying this view, I also have added the different site columns that we created automatically without having to go through and manually add those site columns to the list. This also means, again, that if I have more than one library with the pay amount, all that content is stored in one central place, allowing us to better be able to navigate all the different metadata properties in the standard content management structure of SharePoint.